New season, new look, Party of Fore podcast. I'm Ben Hutchison alongside Andy Michelson.
How you doing? This is pretty sweet. You put in some OT, huh?
Was that a compliment?
It was.
Oh, man.
Too much of one.
We have extra company, and it's the best kind of company. It is Scott Hogan, Performance Center Specialist.
Hello. How we doing? I'm excited.
We love your books.
Oh, thank you. We were going to do a book segment, but turns out they're not real. I thought they were.
Don't tell people it's not real.
I spoiled the magic 10 seconds in.
They've already turned it off. It's fine. So anyways, it's been a busy winter. Let's get into that. Busy winter. I feel like we haven't had a lot of snow, but the dome has been rocking.
Yeah, it's been a really good season. Golf's just crazy indoors. It's not going down. Junior stuff's getting busier. The dome's getting busier. It's just like this golf boom. It just keeps booming. I mean, it's not like a firecracker. It just keeps going and going and going. So we're in a good spot. So we'll see what happens. It just feels like the last 5 years has just been like a kind of reaction to like, okay, let's see what happens in golf, and it's not going anywhere. And all the markers are good. We just got data from the PGA of America and NGF that says like the indoor game has gone up over 50% in the last 5 years. Junior golf has gone up over 40%. Engagement amongst minorities and women are 30 to 50% up. It's like, okay, where's this sport going? I mean, it's not going anywhere, right? I mean, you don't start and stop. Something like golf, everybody knows once you tap in, you're addicted. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Scott, what have you noticed over there in the fitting corner at the dome this winter?
Definitely selling a lot of golf clubs right now. So, yeah.
Invoices, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. We're selling a lot of golf clubs. A lot of people are coming in to get fit, which is great, obviously, for us. And it keeps us very, very, very busy. And, I think just seeing people that are, they've tried it and then now they're kind of into it and they want to make the commitment to get better, or people that are getting back into it too, that maybe have took a break or something like that, they're coming back to it as well. So that's what we're seeing a lot of.
Let's dive in. What do you think the sneaker for 2025 is? I'll give you three. Like, what's the sneaker?
Club?
Yeah, clubs wise.
So let's go reverse.
Let's go through the bag.
Through the bag, okay.
So start with drivers.
So top three drivers?
Sneakers, top three, whatever you think.
Let's do the sneaker of each one.
Okay.
All right.
I know what you're going to say.
On the driver, this one,
you're going to say.
It's the Wilson. Wilson is, they're a sneaker. They're coming in and they have some good numbers, and also price is pretty good on it. So that's been good. We go into woods. I've not typically been the biggest fan of Callaway clubs for me personally. They're great clubs, but the Elite actually is a really nice club. Obviously,
driver and fairways.
Driver's pretty good too. Yeah. The thing that I think with all of those is there's a new shaft out. It's called Artera that Callaway's put in the fitting cart, and now we're seeing it with TaylorMade too. That's I think, a good shaft. It's a little bit of an upcharge, but it's not super crazy, and it just has a good feel to it. So, is
it going to do as much like impact as like Ventus did like 5 years ago? Or
so fun fact is the guy that designed Ventus is the guy that designed this.
Of course, it's always that way. Right. These pants were designed by the Lululemon people that now we're selling for $5.
And John Platt wears them.
Right. So they look real good. So it's a good one. I don't know if it's the head. The head feels good, looks good, but the shaft too also I think plays a part in it. So
what are you excited about in irons? Irons, there's less turnover in that. We see new irons every 2-3 years. What do you like there?
I think in just some of the iron sets, we're going to see some new ones this year from like Titleist that'll come out in June. They'll start announcing that. We will have TaylorMade with the 790s. I think those have been very popular as well.
Titleist, that'll be player stuff, or that'll be the whole line?
They were talking there are going to be 5 models that are going to be released.
Holy smokes.
They're adding in some sort of kind of players lighter type iron head. So again, more details to come, but that's just kind of the preview we've gotten. So June's they're going to move it up a little bit. Usually they release in like August. They're going to try to release in July.
Okay. And then wedges. What do you like?
Wedges, pretty standard stuff on the wedges. I would say nothing's like groundbreaking. For me, I tried the new low bounce K, which I actually like. I know there's mixed opinions on that, but
it's fine. It's fine. It's just it's been around for literally 25 years. I mean,
Yeah.
the low bounce K is what I played in college. It's a fat soled, low bounce, 60 degree. I mean, that was the OG. I like the fact that they're coming back to OG stuff that worked. That's the OG 6004 Vokey that like was the original one in 0304. So it's cool that they're coming back to it. It's just like doesn't get me crazy excited, but it's good. But you're also seeing like, V grinds and stuff like that coming into play with my favorite grind with TaylorMade is that low bounce V, which is a grind that Vokey used to do 20 years ago. So it's good to see some of these things coming back. And yeah, the wedge designs haven't changed a whole lot, but what's happening with those and golf balls together, I think people are putting a lot more time, effort, and energy into figuring out, which is good. Like Rory, like you're seeing Rory really invest in things like that around the green. Are you feeling out of place, Ben?
No,
you look like you're.
This is good. No, okay. I have a question, and I think I can be the voice of, the 10 to 15 handicap.
You're the voice of the 18, the underachieving 18.
Generously put, absolutely.
The underachieving 18. That's your voice.
He says, Wilson and things like that, you guys have hit every type of club. How hard is it to make a switch or have that desire to be open to changing something when you're so used to a type of club?
For me, if you look at a launch monitor and it's better numbers, it's pretty easy, in my opinion. It's when it's close and then you kind of got to go off some feels. Then maybe it's a little bit tougher. But for me, it's you can make some determinations. There's some things too in all this that you can kind of mess around with. But I just look at the numbers and it gets pretty easy, pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, right? If you take this on a year by year basis, 03, like every single year, right? Like 2023, 2024, like. In certain years, there's certain winners, right? Spoiler alert, Callaway doesn't make a perfect driver every single year. Spoiler alert, neither does TaylorMade. Neither does Titleist. Like, you find some of these ones that are good kind of each and every year. So each year, and we see it numbers-wise, we see it how the fittings go, that stuff changes. Your best bet when you're coming in for a fitting, don't have a brand. Don't be married to a brand.
Yeah.
This Wilson driver looks amazing from the top. It feels pretty good. It should be in the bag of probably however many percent, like based on the percentage of number of driver fittings we do, it should be in the bag of some of those. It's pretty good. Guess what? The Ping never won a looks contest, but it's always in play, right? In those driver fittings. This year, I think the Callaway driver is pretty good. This year, I also think the TaylorMade drivers maybe better than last year for most players. I think for the higher ball speed guys, the QI10 might have been pretty similar, if not better, for some players. But the QI35 is better for a wider ranging number of players. And then the Titleist, they got the 1 series coming out. So
GT1 just came out.
GT1 just came out. That's a great driver. Like, why would you pigeonhole yourself into a spot where this driver could be good for you, this fairway wood could be good for you, this set of irons, like, be Dick's Sporting Goods, for lack of a better term. Like, go in, see the whole gamut, and pick this, pick that, pick this, pick that. That's probably going to be your best play. The people that
they dismiss brands,
stick to one brand or dismiss brands, we're not in that universe anymore.
I think
we're not in that universe anymore.
More than ever, the fitting is really important and trying stuff. And we just had this conversation when we were seeing all the new GT1 stuff about that would typically be something that if you just go off the marketing material, hey, it's lighter swing speed or slower swing speed, get the ball in the air, help, that type of stuff. But in the talk that we've had, they're actually seeing a lot of tour players having that club because it can hit it high, and with the right shaft combination, it actually becomes a really, really useful club for them to get the ball in the air, have it come down, but they're still getting distance with it. So not trying to promote that hey, everybody's got to do that, but that's just an example of where you wouldn't typically go that way with a tour player. You'd think no tour player is ever going to play that model, but they do because when they try it out, they get what they want.
Well, we're seeing the same thing with shafts, too. I would say almost to a bigger revolutionary degree. Like, you got guys that are $190 ball speed playing Ventus Reds, which, are really, it's a pretty soft shaft. It's not firm by any means, but then, sitting through that TaylorMade thing that we went through a couple weeks ago, it's like, wow, okay, that makes sense. How they deliver the club, how much rotation they need of the club head. Like the detail now that we have too in fittings is crazy. Whether it's putting the markers on the face or the stuff that's preloaded into TrackMan, the rotation of the head coming into play. I'm like 20 years ago, or not even 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you're handing 3 drivers and say, hey, hit those and let's see how the ball flight looks. And now it's spooky. It's really spooky how good and how close you can get to a driver that truly fits you.
What's the prep like for the season? What are you looking to change or look at?
What do you think, Scott?
I'm a bad choice to talk to about my own game because I'm going to try everything. For my own game right now, we're in the bend every lie angle and do whatever and see what we can get. But I think the biggest thing is just, what you can always do is make sure, if you're talking about like the higher handicap player that you're mentioning, you're probably going to be looking for a tighter dispersion or something that's keeping the ball more in play over necessarily maximizing distance, or maybe a little bit of both. But I think you can always look at if there's little ways that you may have changed your swing. Those, as Andy mentioned, that will affect how the shaft releases, things like that, and that can really throw you off. And I think the thing you're just trying to do with the fitting, obviously you want the best clubs for you, but you're trying to eliminate one of the things that could be off, because we're all going to go through a season where we could be having some struggles at times, and you kind of want to eliminate the equipment as a variable of what could be throwing you off. So to me, things could change if you've done off-season workouts, things like that. Maybe you swing faster. Maybe you didn't do workouts. You swing slower.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, right. So
got 3 kids.
Okay, hey, that carrying those around, chasing them around.
There you go.
It. So, just those types of things. It's always, I think, not a bad idea to at least just see what you're doing and just eliminate that variable, that question that you might have.
Yeah, I mean, to jump on the back of that, your question was kind of geared towards what would you do right now, kind of leading into the season, right? And we do a good job of it with our juniors. Like we're talking about speed, we're talking about shot preparation, like what we're actually going to face in the next month. If you could do more of that stuff, where you're thinking about what you're going to do performance wise on the golf course, like the winter is like basically in the Midwest. It's just you're just hanging on. You're hanging on for dear life. You're trying not to get fatter, slower, worse, whatever. This is when kind of treat yourself like we treat our high school kids. Start thinking about how you're going to play. Start thinking about, equipment needs to start lining up.
Right.
Like you and I are the same. We're looking in black holes till midnight. Like we got to start thinking about, okay, this is maybe the equipment we're going to get into the season with. The focus on what you want to focus on. There's always something that is probably predominant that year. For me now, it's speed and strength. So I'm working on my own personal strength. I'm working on my own personal speed. But like maybe it's short game for you, or maybe it's a different focus. Like start focusing on those things so that you come out at least hitting the ground running. April's going to be a crapshoot. It always is as far as weather goes. And then like by the time you're in May, you really want to be having fun, playing your best golf.
Once you get into springtime, you've got to look at a way to minimize the strokes when you're on the course. Everything you guys have always told me and everyone else is it's the short game. That's where the biggest difference will be made. So I've seen a lot of focus on that with things like cap and practice and things you guys are doing with the juniors over the wintertime.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get too simple, right? It's like we always take things for granted because the kids are good players, right? Or they're good scorers. They shoot scores, and so that's why they're attracted to programs like ours. But Scotty Scheffler still works on his grip. He has a reminder grip, is like a practice grip. Where the face is pointed still is where the ball takes off. That rule has never changed. So being able to control your face via your grip and via golf swing that's repeatable. Am I missing anything over there, Scott?
No, I think, like you said, or just like we said, like really good players, they learn to reduce variables, right? So if you can take away things like my alignment or the grip, those things that are really, really controllable, then usually the swing will line up with what you're trying to do there. So I think they're doing that, and that's why you see it.
I think the, for the underachieving 18 handicapper, The biggest thing.
I love that we have video now, so people can just see it.
See your
just,
I'm
disappointment.
gonna get better.
just his head slumps down. He hits the mic like this. I know one of the things that they just don't understand or don't know is if you're trying to help change the direction of the way the flight is going, you actually need to face your fears, meaning your aim head on. So if you're hitting the ball with a significant slice that's actually starting left and fading across your target over to the right, I'm sorry, guys, but you actually have to aim more to the right, swing more to the right. Your face is fine. Your face is probably fine, right? If it's starting left. So just let's try and keep that face towards whatever our intended final target is. But I'm sorry, instead of swinging this way, guys, to help fix it, you actually have to swing to the direction that you're trying to avoid. Okay? So you have to swing it more out to the right. You have to aim more out to the right. And then we got to swing that thing a little bit more this way. If you notice, the club face is closed. If I keep swinging it this way, so then the ball actually curves back in. Very few people have it the opposite way where they actually have to open up more. You see that more with tour players that are trying to they're trying to correct that overdraw. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but you guys actually have to turn and go the other way, which is they just keep going further left, swinging further left. So if I have an object here and you create a path that's more across, you're creating more of a slicing action. You know, I don't know why. Scott, do you ever talk about like playing ping pong or playing tennis?
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I used to have a tennis racket in my teaching bag until it snapped, but yeah, did a lot of that. I had a ping pong paddle too.
I mean, I wish more people thought of. I think too, like people don't think of how your right hand is basically club face.
Yeah, or I just don't think people understand like what they're trying to do. They're thinking, that they apply it to other sports. I think where the club is a lot closer to their hand, they can kind of put that together. But the club head's really far away, and they from their body.
Yeah,
it's a much longer club. So then they're not just applying the same principles, but it is.
it is.
Yeah,
It totally is. Interesting.
So as a lefty, I'm going to take everything you just said and do the
flip it
opposite.
around.
yeah. Lefties are screwed.
Or
You're in trouble.
Or just start playing from the right
was gonna
side. Lefty equipment's terrible.
Well, I've hit righty, and
You have
Andy's
less
just
options. You have less. I mean, come on over to the right side. We have way more options. It's
Andy
way
just already
funner.
said I should just switch to being right-handed.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I know you said that. So, all right, we've talked about the kind of physical prep, golf prep. What's anticipation like for golf season, especially when you live in a place like the Midwest and you don't get that 12 months of outdoor golf?
Like personally,
Just what's your excitement level?
it's just the natural. It goes all the way back to being a kid, right? I mean, you sit there and shout out White Mountain. I'd hit range balls, just pound range balls all winter. Rock hard range balls into icy conditions basically all winter. And there's that anticipation every single year. I get excited for. I don't care how old I'm going to get. I'm always going to be excited for April golf, like just to be hitting the ground running, hitting off of grass, and yeah, there's nothing like it. I actually appreciate it. I don't think I ever want to be in a spot where I'm just playing 12 months out of the year. There's some nice anticipation for like the season coming up. So I enjoy it. I really do.
And maybe you appreciate some golf trips a little bit more in the wintertime then because you're not getting that everyday outdoor golf.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean it's been nice, like just even doing the PGA show and things like that in the middle of winter, just getting away and at least hitting clubs off of grass in the middle of the year, just to give you something to grind on for the next 2 months to try and figure out in the dome.
You guys you both have Sims in your house, so I mean that's something I could add. But you ready to get outside?
It's true.
For me, it's the anticipation of, I hit great short game shots inside in the winter, and I'm dialed.
We should talk about this.
And then
we should bring this up, Andy.
Okay.
And then it's just the anticipation to getting to grass and, seeing how it's going to go or fail, and probably fail. But
It's
we'll
not
see.
going to fail. No, it's not going to fail.
I'm a realist.
You have to explain this to the
technique looks
viewers. You have to explain this.
I mean, one of the most challenging things to a lot of golfers is the around the greens, is the chipping of the golf ball, right? So The best way that I can always I feel like that I can convey to the person that's chipping is associate with other things, other sports, right? If I'm doing anything towards my intended target in any other sport, I have momentum going towards it. I have shift in my feet going towards that. I have my body going towards that. But for some reason in golf, and it's because the ball is sitting on the ground, we feel the need to get our head to go back underneath it, right? And that motion there, your head is connected to basically your entire center line going all the way down to basically your waist. And so it causes this chain reaction of everything going like this, where, okay, now we've kind of moved everything back this much further, and now you really got to try and find it back at the bottom. Now, that's not everybody, but that's, I would say that the majority of people. I think if you got more left and you started to associate it with other activities you do in other sports, it makes it a little bit easier. Also, everybody wants to have this this violent change of direction, like I'm hitting a 7-iron, full bore. It's just a chip, like Frank said. I'm just trying to hit it to there, dude. Why are you moving so much? Just you're hitting it right to there. And he's right to a degree. I mean, it's just this little swing. You're not. I think people overcomplicate that swing. Like, just a nice simple rhythm at a nice simple speed that you can repeat. Like, it's no more complicated than that. And I say that
Scott
as a very, very, very good
right
chipper of the golf ball.
Yeah.
I say as a very good chipper of the golf ball, and I understand. I'm understanding more and more why it's so difficult.
So what you just described there, that doesn't sound very fun at all. Like, there's no suspense. It's not very thrilling. I want to take it back, and I want to be in the middle of the backswing, and I want to be like, I have no idea what's going to happen. You have way too much predictability, but you are true in what you say. It should be fairly simple.
Yeah.
But you mess around with it a lot, it becomes less simple.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely say that almost about anything. It's like, we are the most guilty party of this. I mean, we're preaching something that we're most guilty of, though, is golf swing, right? What's the most important thing about the golf swing? Repeatability, right? The fact that we can bring the club to the golf ball on a repeatable basis. What do we do, though?
Do a lot of things besides that.
Yes, we overgrind
Right.
on this has to look this way, this has to look that way, and
Right.
I watch that every single day with you guys. It's just one little movement, one little shift. Hey, can you stand behind me, take some video? I need to break down my swing again, which I think obviously makes you better in the end because you're considering all things that could go right or wrong. It's just, it's got to be tough.
the problem is we're a 12-year-old girl on TikTok. I mean, we are. We see flavor of the day, Brian Manzella, under over. We're like, what the F? What am I seeing here? Whoa. We just went to the, no. Last week, no. We were trying to get our head outside of our hands. Now we're going under over. What's going on here?
Yep.
And then some of the greatest players or greatest competitors when the lights were on went under over, like Raymond Floyd. Like, what the hell's going on? And then the next day you'll see, okay, you want to really, really put the energy in the backswing and swing like an absolute crazy man in the backswing to make sure you get energy back going the other way. Go ahead and try that. See if you can actually deliver the head the same way each and every time. So,
Greg Perry, under over.
Good player.
Yeah.
And then you got Tiger Woods, who, we put way too many comparables out there of his golf swing. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome 3 different times. He's going to find the back of the golf ball. He's just going to find the back of the golf ball. It doesn't matter what he does. He's going to find it. So, there's some of that, too, that we need to give more credit for. And then you get, Scott's guy, Oberg.
Oh, baby.
I mean, it's...
Don't start.
Everything's
Big
beautiful.
Oberg train or what?
Everything's beautiful about that.
There's nothing wrong with Oberg. Perfect human. Perfect human being.
You jumped all the way
Perfectly
in.
built, It's very
Perfect.
asymmetrical face, very
Perfect golf
squared,
swing.
square jaw.
Everything. He's on the TGL, future TGL champions.
How awesome is it?
I'm a fan. I like things that are different, and I like it's entertainment. If you go into it thinking, hey, I'm going to watch like real golf and like we're playing for like U.S. Open championships, you're going to be disappointed. But if you go in that, hey, this is an entertainment product, and I can watch golf at 8:00 at night, and it's pretty quick, and it's less than 2 hours, and all that. Love it. And you see a lot of shots back to back to back, all that type of stuff. Plus, the courses are not real, so they can do whatever they want, make these crazy holes and stuff, and make them hit shots that you actually probably don't see a whole lot when they play in real life. So
I'd say TGL to me, and I know I'm going to offend Bobby Schmelter, but TGL to me is the same argument you make for Live, right?
yeah,
It's not through your eyes. Your eyes don't matter. I'm going to watch it if it's some Bangladesh
yeah,
open in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. I'm watching it. You're watching it, right?
Right.
That's not who they're appealing to. My kid likes Bryson. He's watching live events. My kids sought out, like figuring out when the TGL times were on the Mondays or Tuesday nights.
yep.
That's what they're doing, and they're doing it successfully. So
It's a proud dad moment.
they sure as hell didn't know Bay Hill was on this week, right? Right. So I mean that's the point right there. Where do you think they missed? I think there's a few places where they missed.
There's a few. Well, just to piggyback what you said, like we'll have it on in the dome during cap, and like there was one of them like it was close, and they ended up in a playoff, and like the kids were like talking, like they hit a shot, and they're looking up at the TV, they're like, "Oh, he just threw the hammer and stuff." Like I'm like, so it's like it's different. I think where they miss is they need more from the players, like that. It's completely player driven, I think. So
totally.
I think they need to figure that out a little more. I think they're going to get there. I mean, the thing I love is that I love too is all the angles you get of swings. The golf nerd side of me, like there's some angles that you see the swings and you're like, oh, you see things a little differently from there. So I do like that part, but yeah, I think they're still struggling. Actually, I like this part, but I think there's a little randomness to the technology when they're hitting shots because I love chaos. So when a tour player,
You like the Tommy Fleetwood 7-iron that goes 40 yards?
well, that was a divot. We'll give him that. But I like when like Tiger's going to hit a sand wedge, and I think Tiger knows how far he hits the sand wedge from the fairway, and he flies the green by like 30. Yeah. Love it. Just love the unpredictability.
So you loved mini golf growing up.
Well, time and time, won a few free rounds on haunted trails. We're good.
Haunted trails.
Where do you think they can improve on in season 2?
I think what I would like to see them do is bring in ladies. I think they could do that.
That's a good idea.
I think bring in ladies and have them join teams. I don't know if they mix them or they just have ladies teams.
That's a hell of an idea.
I think they do that because then the same thing you could have.
And seniors,
tees.
bring some of the guys we love, right?
It's like, remember the Wendy's 3-tour challenge
Oh,
thing?
God, that'd be so good.
You could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot you could do it with influencers.
It's a good call. It's teams of 3 or 4.
You can do it with influencers.
Two PJ Tour guys. I mean, can we shut Scott's mic off? Or
influencers?
Yeah, we're
not doing there.
We're good on that.
We're not.
The amount of good stuff in our programs, man.
I know. I would embrace it if I'm them, just from like my nerd level, Scott's nerd level, your nerd you're getting there.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
This is kind of a warm-up episode for me.
I don't understand. And there's no like equipment sponsors, and I don't know if that's why they're avoiding it, but I would want to know every detail about the bags. I want to know what's in those bags, what they're hitting, why they're hitting it. Hey, Tiger, you're hitting this. Why are you hitting this? Blah, 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 blah. They never do that stuff, ever. Even when they're asked to do that, like in PJ Tour events, like, hey, what's up with the new driver? And they'll say, oh, well, I'm hitting this new driver. And it's like, I know what you're hitting. You're hitting this and that and this and that. But I want to know why. Like, that would be so much fun. I would tune in so hard if I knew every single week I was going to get new, like, give me a little equipment corner with these guys, right? Let me hear them tell us why they like this stuff. Why don't I don't understand why they avoid that or why they do that.
They don't do it either, too, because they'll do like drops and stuff in the rough. And I think whoever the guy that does the grass for it, he's been getting angry, or he's making like U.S. Open rough, basically.
Yeah. It's always like into the grain.
Right. He's making it hard for him. But so they always like walk over with like a couple clubs, and based on the drop, they pick a club. Like, I wish they would like show that a little, or like talk through that a little bit more. Like, what are they seeing?
Why don't you like this lie? That's
maybe a little too golf nerdy for what they're trying to do.
No,
but
not really though. Like, I think that's where those bridges though can be brought together, right?
Yeah.
That's where, we won't have guys sitting on the couch like, oh, this sucks. This isn't golf. Well, they're actually educating you more in this setting than you ever are educated in a golf broadcast. That's true. And they could really take that to the next level. That'd be super cool.
And I think in the first season of anything, or when something's new, there's already been tremendous gains, compared to the first episode, if you will, of TGL. I mean, things were stiff. People were kind of trying to figure out where they go, talking, the time between shots. So it's gotten better.
Cam Young should never see another match ever. I don't think he said a word.
You can hear him kind of. This is where I think they have some struggles, because you hear him sometimes, because like Ricky doesn't say a lot either. Like, but I think they go back and say stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they have like something dirty on Ricky that's making him play in it.
Yeah,
he looks
right.
like he's forced to play in it.
Right.
And the craziest thing on the flip side, the guy that looks like he's having like a lot of fun is Adam Scott.
Right.
Like a guy like that completely comes out of his skin. But like I don't find Oberg that interesting.
I do.
I know you do, but he doesn't say anything interesting.
Don't need him to.
I want the characters. Why are we not? How is Bryson not in this?
Yeah.
How is the villain of the story, Patrick Reed, not in this?
PGA owned partially.
Is it?
25%, I think.
Oh.
That's the problem.
That's a shame.
It is.
a shame.
I 100% agree with you. It would take off if you have
Patrick Reed. Oh my gosh.
If you put Bryson and Phil in this, it would be over.
Just gotta look at ratings and the potential.
Oh,
it's a no-brainer.
Hopefully they figure that out.
The haunted house, the door just opened somewhere.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't so much a haunted house that we're in. It's a podcast studio, Andy.
It's an abandoned house that we've made into a podcast
covered
studio.
walls and everything in here. So.
Yeah.
We did lay some bricks behind us, so that's been a big project for me. Tuesdays and Thursdays, coming here, doing the bricks. And then the books I had to source from all over the world.
It looks great.
Yeah. Just,
all the leading golf books of our time.
We got to move on because
Sorry.
we have an event coming up at Mistwood Golf Club. Speaking of outdoor golf, it's called Pick Your Pin.
Oh, yeah.
For those that haven't heard of Pick Your Pin, why don't you lay it on them?
Speaking of TGL, no, it's so it's a fun format. Like I feel like the events that we brought on over the last 10 years are like events like that a crazy person thinks of, right? Or something like you're like, oh man, I wish you could do this. This would be really cool. So we did it. So we do one hard pin location, we do one easy pin location, and we give different points based on your score to the different locations. So we played in a team format, so you get some extra shots at it. But it's a good time. It's really interesting. It's really fun. It's a different way to play the golf course for sure.
Coming up beginning of April, do you, when you go out there on the golf course, Scott Hogan, just go, what would Oberg do? Is that what goes through your mind?
Yes, but then I quickly get back to I can't do what he does.
Oh, come on.
I've got to do what I do.
Where did this come from? This is all news to me.
The Oberg?
Yeah, is it an infatuation?
It's a deep,
just love his
deep
game?
love.
Yeah, what is this? Does he know?
No, although I did watch him at John Deere 2 years ago. And I was very close.
Saying hey?
No,
like
I was
wife,
just
son.
walking right next to him. Yeah.
It's like wife, son, Oberg, then parents, then the in-laws, maybe.
Yeah.
Where's the dog rank?
It's Oberg is up there.
Dog's up there pretty high too. I don't know. Might have to rearrange the wife in there somewhere.
What do you think? I mean, are we just being? Actually, why don't you think he has like one more?
What?
Are we have too many expectations too early? He's won what? Twice? Once?
Twice. Just won twice.
What was the second win?
He just won a Tory Genesis.
Oh, shoot. You're right.
And he won RSM.
Yeah.
You're right.
He would have won Tory the first time if he didn't have norovirus.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Okay.
got
feeling off that day.
almost won the Masters last year until he hit in the water on 11.
He's pretty good. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean,
You want to go Masters picks? I mean, I know we got a couple of podcasts between now and then, but any early favorites?
What do you got? I haven't.
You're gonna say Oberg. Okay.
I haven't thought about it.
I mean, Oberg's worked on his wedges. He's worked on his putting. Let's do it.
I think one that's being forgotten. I saw this post the other day. Will Zalatoris?
I was going to bring Will Zalatoris up because he's been my guy. He's been my pick for these, and then he was
he's been
out.
your guy.
Yeah. He had a good short game video I watched recently. That was fun. Which made me like him more. So it was good.
He had that hiccup in his putting that we talked about all the time. Has.
I think it's gotten better.
I'm saying it's been there, and it's been tough to watch.
Was that before the lab or was that during the lab?
What's he in now? Is he in the lab? Or is he back in Cameron's?
I think he still has a lab.
Does he?
Broomstick.
Yeah, I mean, so where he plays out of he plays out of Merido in Dallas. All the whole club plays lab putters. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me that he plays lab. I think he tried lab originally because Romo. That's all Romo's putted with, like literally since that place is open. They play golf like all the time.
Wait, time out. Speaking of Dallas, have you played Dallas Country Club or Dallas National? Is it?
I have not. I've played
either of them.
No, I haven't. I played the TPC course a number of times that they host the PGA Tour event on.
I just saw they have like a $225,000 initiation fee. It's one of the higher ones for both of those.
No, the friends I have aren't invited to places like that.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Your friends don't have to go. You just have to go.
Yeah.
Just meet the right person.
I don't know if I would say Dallas is the coolest town ever. It's pretty flat and it's pretty.
I played golf there once, and
Texas golf.
I can't remember. I can't remember the courses.
Texas golf is.
Haven't rushed back.
No.
Yeah, golf in Texas is. If you have the choice, like
a lot of options out there.
Yeah, I played in March. You do hit it far in March. I do remember that.
Yeah, Dormant, Bermuda. The ball runs forever.
Rock hard. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, who are you thinking for the Masters, Andy? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna absolutely wait and do some research.
Who am I thinking for the Masters?
But you guys eat, live, and breathe this stuff. So now the awkward pauses are on camera.
I'm going to say Brooks Cupcake. I'm going to say Koepka.
Okay.
I'm going to say Koepka. He's been close twice, right? I mean, I have nothing to base that on. I was watching Live Hong Kong last night at midnight, but other than that,
prepping for the pod.
Right.
Yep.
Making his notes.
Pod. Yep. Don't blink. I do have some issues with them saying they're playing the greatest courses in the world because I've played a few of them and Live, but we'll save that for another podcast.
What's Hong Kong golf like in your experience?
I've never played in Hong Kong. The course looked really nice. I do know the ones that they're coming to here in the States, and they're not the best course in the world. Anyway, where are we going with that?
I have no idea.
We were on.
We were talking about
pick.
Masters
Brooks
pick.
Koepka.
Yeah, I'm still Brooks Koepka. I'm bullish on Brooks. But it's Rory McIlroy. It's Rory McIlroy and Brooks. Yeah. What the heck are we doing? Like, how's Rory has to get it done?
I'm gonna throw
has to get it done.
I'm gonna throw a non-Oberg pick in because that's just a given for me. But I'm gonna take the TGL MVP or hands-on favorite for the MVP. I think Wyndham Clark hits his fade, getting a little better putting. Impressed me with short game. We'll see.
Man,
why do you like Wyndham Clark?
Didn't say I like him.
He just says that's who might win.
I'm just saying who's got some form. Who's got some form? You know, TGL. He handled Pisa's designs in TGL like crazy. So,
I got a question. Does Justin Thomas make a bit of a comeback when it comes to being competitive in all of these tournaments?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Throw me on the spot. I just think he he's kind of worked out. He had some driver issues. I think that was a big deal. And then he started working on that. I think that you're seeing that with other players too. Like we see somebody like Max Homer, right, really struggling. What you see a lot of times is they're working on their swing and they get so focused on that area that other areas go as well. So they just need to put some time back into other parts of their game that will make them better. So he seems to be hitting the ball a little better. And then his putter was kind of cold too. So
do you think Max Homo will get the Battlefield promotion on Corn Ferry in 26 or 27?
I hope so.
He's trending that way.
He really is. It's tough.
Nerd out. Tell us what's going on with Max Homo.
Well, he tries to hit a fade
from a draw
from
draw arms.
The way what he describes what he's doing with his swing, everything he describes to me screams draw. So that's not a great combo when you think you're going to do something, but everything you're describing would promote a draw. So I don't think that's the best. And
he's getting slower.
Yeah. I don't think everybody's trying to blame it on I don't think it helped that he switched equipment.
I honestly don't think it has anything to do with the equipment.
I don't think it's the problem. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen the rankings of that driver he's using.
It's good,
top 5.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just, I think just from like a confidence level of like, you throw a lot of really new things in, it might get you. Now he's got Lululemon on stuff, so.
I've been there, like, when you switch clubs or switch like a whole bag of clubs, there's a little bit of ooh. Well,
you
jump into this,
What we said earlier, it's like you're trying to eliminate variables, and now it's kind of just even if everything
the whole thing's
right, everything is new, right? So what is it? So I think
even the thing that surprised me with him is like the last thing you see switched is wedges.
Yeah,
and he hopped right into a wedge. It's frankly, I think fairly still controversial. Like the Phil Rogers design where it's like got the back scooped out. It's very, very different. It's very, very different through the ground. So, he comes from the Vokey universe who's, it's tour proven for 25 years. That was kind of a leap. I haven't seen anything that's from a performance standpoint that screams like he made the right move.
Well, and I think a lot of times too with people that are in the Titleist family, I think they're in the Titleist family because they don't like change.
Yeah,
because we don't see there's not a lot of variance from models to models, right? And that's if you talk to Titleist, that's what they want. They don't want crazy new looks. They don't. They want the technology to change, but they want it to look the same.
But the word on the street was he wanted the opposite, right? He wanted to be in the loop on technology stuff. He wanted to be kind of sought after more. Just little things like that. And that's not Titleist. Titleist is just like, we have great stuff. Here you go. And if you're going to play it, thank you. And it's good. Like, that's it.
They know what they have with like the ball and all that. And like, they know the ball drives what they do. So, all right. Do you want the rest? Here you go. We'll do what we do.
Yep. Exactly.
Plenty out here on the table today, guys. It's been fun. I think we have to do this again.
Yeah.
I hope we hit record on all the cameras. Otherwise,
I see this one. I don't know about Scott.
I see it here.
Okay. We got some red clicking here, and that one we can't tell, but it's perfectly fine.
So it could possibly be a successful pod?
It could be a successful pod.
All right.
Yeah, I'll try to talk a little bit more next time, but sometimes I get lost in your guys' thoughts, and I love it.
If you keep bringing on Scott, you got no chance.
It's all right. But that's the thing. I'm getting so much smarter. So for me, it's kind of a educational lesson.
Maybe bring like a yogurt next time. Just start doing something.
Start doing something. No, it's fine.
Oh, you're good.
I mean, we could talk about a number of things where I'd be able to chime in on every little thing, but when you're talking left, right, this, that, effect on the ball club, it's not my thing yet.
That's what happens when you leave us alone in the winter, nothing to do.
You guys are just so lonely, calling over friends, and you guys are neighbors, so you guys are like, hey, neighbor, what's going on over there?
All we did for 45 minutes is look at our text string for the last 2 weeks. That's literally everything we talked about.
Yeah,
so.
That's true.
I love it. So we'll see everyone again in a couple of weeks. Scott, thanks for joining us on the maiden voyage.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back.
All right, thank you, Andy. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Ben. It was fun.
Let's get out on the golf course.
Get in the cart.
See you guys next time.
Right at us. The best in the business, Roger Cleveland.
Can't wait to get back to Chicago in this one.
This is Party of Four, a Mistwood Golf Club podcast.